Hello and welcome to the channel. Oh, excuse me a moment. Postman. The DJI OSMO ACTION 3. It's arrived. Wow. Okay. Very excited. It's only just been released, I believe, 2 days ago maybe. So we are going to unbox this little bad boy today and see what's inside and get it set up. We're going to get it set up on the DJI MIMI app. I really do like the DJI products. I have the DJI Mini 2 drone. I have the DJI Pocket 2 gimbal camera, which is actually what we're recording this video on. So let's have a look, see what's in the box. Right. I bought the standard combo edition. There is a bigger combo. I think it's maybe the adventure combo edition. Comes with more stuff, but it's about another £100 in the UK. Let me just get my glasses so I can see what I'm doing. And let's have a look. So, DJI OSMO ACTION 3. In the box, what do we have? Bits and pieces. So it's 4K 120 frames per second. I was thinking about getting the GoPro Hero 11, but I already have the GoPro Hero 10 and really couldn't see the point in upgrading to the Hero 11. So inside the box, that's what you get to start with. There's the camera itself. We'll take him out. There it is. And we have this box within a box. Okay, everything's falling out. See what's going on. Oh, there we go. Let's make sure everything out of here. Empty boxes. Okay, put that to the one side. Ooh, some DJI stickers. I'm sure they come in handy. Some silica gel, which I'll probably eat later. No, I won't. That would be poisonous. Instructions. Oh, what's this thing? Looks like some sort of mount. Yes, it is. And what have we got here? Rip this open. Oh, some little rubber ring type thing there. That must be a spare, because I think the lens already has a rubber ring going around it. We have some sort of cage, which this will fit into. And I believe then we can use the mounts vertically or horizontal. Good, we'll have a look at that. A USB Type-C to USB Type-C lead for charging and data transfer. A battery, and I think that's about it that's in the box. So here is the camera itself. Now as soon as I pull this back, I know that a bit of wee will come out. I love these things. Ooh. Get off. Okay, let's have a look. Get this packaging off the camera. Fairly decent weight to it, quite nice. And we do have this, yeah, you can see this rubber ring that goes around the lens itself. I think I'll keep this off because unless I'm actually removing this protective lens cover, these are going to get lost. So I'll put these in the camera bag for if I ever need to take that lens cover off. If it gets broken, I can swap it out for a new one. So we've got the camera, a flat adhesive mount. Now this is the thing that we're interested in, and that is the mounting system for the ACTION 3. I believe it's the same type of system for the ACTION 2. This will literally just magnetically clip into place, so no having to mess around. That's now very secure, and that will go on now onto any GoPro mount needed. Fine. Two little clips there that hold it in once it's got its magnetic seal, and that's great. Okay, there's no tripod mount anywhere on the camera. Okay, that's fine. I do have some tripod to GoPro adapters that I could use if needed, but there we go, that just clips on there. If you try and do it the other way, the magnets are pushing you away, they will not work, so you have to do it. The DJI logo's on the front of the clip, so the front of the camera, and you can hear that click in, and now that's very solid, very solid. So if I wanted to, I could put this camera into this cage, and I could then use that mounting clip and mount the camera vertically, like so. But I don't tend to shoot vertical videos, but what I could do is get another one of these magnetic clips. I could have my camera inside the mount, into the cage, sorry, and have another mounting clip underneath, and maybe I could then put on something like, where have I got? One of these like Ulanzi lights, and I could have that in there, so I could go vlogging or something in the night time if I wanted to. But no, very excited to get this thing powered on. So what have we got? We've got a door on the right hand side of the camera. Let's push that, and that goes up, and in there we insert the battery that way around, and an SD card. Right, I need an SD card. Let's do that. I do have a brand new, I'll probably just stick a 32 gig in this one. Let's put him in, let's get that out of the way for the moment. So SD card in that little slot there. These clipped in, batteries in, and then we can push that door back up, and now that's in there. On the left hand side we have another door which comes down, and that is for the USB-C cable for charging or data transfer. The Action 3 camera's battery life is supposed to be very good, but I actually do have the GoPro Hero 10 on the GoPro Volta, and because it's a USB-C connection into the Volta, I could actually mount the Action 3 onto the Volta and charge it if needed, so that's a good thing. So while I've got the GoPro Hero 10 to hand, we'll take him off and do a little size comparison with the Action 3. So there we have Action 3 and the Hero 10. It's quite a bright day outside today, so the lighting is a bit crap, I'm sorry. So a little bit higher, the GoPro, and obviously we've got probably thickness wise about the same, probably about the same with the lenses. Weight, they feel about the same, they're probably not, but let's put that to one side. So I'm just going to move the Pocket 2's gimbal down a bit, and we can just have a quick look of what we got. So we've got the Action 3, a knife, don't need that, the USB-C cable, a flat surface mount, and where did the thing go? Bloody lost it now. What have I done with that? Gone mad. Oh, it's there. I'm an idiot, it's already attached, and the magnetic mounting clip. So you only get one of these. I think if you go for the adventure combo, which to be honest I would have probably got, but the shop I was buying it from was out of stock, and I think you get two of these little magnetic clips, and you also get a selfie stick which is about 1.5 meters long, and you get 2 more batteries, so 3 in total, and a battery charging case. But apart from that, everything else is the same. So we've got the memory card in, let's move that out of the way. We've got the battery inserted. We don't really want to worry about the metal clip for the moment, and what we'll do is I'm just going to put that lens cover back onto the camera, And now we're going to look at how we set up the Action 3 action camera from DJI Osmo. Let's get. Okay, so we've turned the Action 3 on. We're in the Mimo app. We've got the Osmo Action 3 come up here, so let's go connect. Update. Okay, doing an update. Great, let's download that. It's probably because I do have the Mimo app which controls my Pocket 2, which is what we're filming on today. You have to bear with me for a moment while this downloads. I'll probably fast forward if this takes too long. Updates, let's update that. Done, and let's open. There we have the DJI Action 3. Let's agree to all of these. Osmo device found, connect. Let's do that. So the QR code on the Action 3 itself is, if you didn't have the app, you could scan that QR code, I'm assuming, and that would direct you to the App Store or Google Play Store to download that. Okay, so we've got 5176, let's accept. Let's agree. Activate your Osmo device when you connect it for the first time to receive warranty. Wait. Care refresh. Let's have a look. Let's skip that for now. We've got 30 days to sign up to the care refresh. I do have care refresh on my drone because, as you can probably guess, flying the drone is quite scary and can be quite risky if you lose it. So I do have the care refresh. I'm going to skip this for now and then see where we are just for this setup. Okay, I don't really want to do a feedback yet. Let's exit that. So activation successful. So it's just showing me a few things here. Shutter record button on the top, the quick switch button on the side, horizontal swipe horizontally from the center to switch between shooting modes, swipe inwards from the edges to enter the control center and set parameters, and there's a zoom. Tap and hold the zoom to open the slider. Okay, that's fine. You can do a live view in DJI Mimo, which we will do in a moment. Manage files with efficiency. DJI supports downloading files directly rather than exporting from the SD card, which is good. Advanced skills with tutorials, lovely. Update firmware regularly. So let's do that. And lo and behold, there's a 138 megabyte update downloaded. So done. It's done installing firmware updates. We're connected to the Osmo Action 3, as you can see. Let's see what happens. Update in progress. Wow, it's still updating. Updated. Now let's connect. And I'm assuming there we are. So there we are. It's now connected. And as you can see, we're in live view. Let me turn that around so it's in portrait mode. And I will take off this protective. There we go. So there's my phone. And as we can see, we are now live. Now, the good thing about, let's just make sure all of this is there. Okay. The good thing about the DJI Mimo app and the Action 3 compared to the GoPro and the Quick app is once I push record on here, the live view will stay on the screen. Whereas I believe on the GoPro's app and the GoPro, as soon as you push record, the screen goes blank. So this would be great. So if you had this set up somewhere, you could still monitor what's being recorded. And that's great. So let's have a look at all the features. So down here we have enabling Pro mode provides access to advanced settings. Any changes to these settings will not be saved when Pro mode is disabled. Loop recording, so that'll basically fill up the SD card and just keep filling it up and deleting when needed. We've got FDV, so it's field of view, FOV, I'm being an idiot. And we can set to wide, standard or ultra wide. Now, I do quite like the standard views. I don't really care for the fisheye effects. Although when I go diving, I'm actually traveling to Aruba in 3 days. I'll be doing a lot of diving there, and I'll probably put it on to wide view for underwater. So let's talk about image stabilization. If we turn image stabilization off, we will, as you can see, it will move as you do. Okay, it's going to be very jittery and juddery. So we'll turn the wrong one. We'll turn that on to rock steady, and rock steady it's a lot smoother, as you can see, moving that camera about, and it is a lot smoother. Then the next option is horizon balancing. I believe this is the one where you can turn it up to 45 degrees. There we go. And once you hit 45 degrees, it will then move. But until you do, it keeps everything, the horizon and everything, balanced. Okay. And the last one, which is quite amazing, is this horizon steady. So this one, you can actually turn it, as you can see, all the way around, and now the camera is upside down, but it's still kept everything level. So I'll be using this on holiday. The whole camera rotated 300 degrees then, but as you saw, it stayed level. That's quite amazing. So let's put that back to, let's just put it on to rock steady for now. Okay, we've got a grid there. We can turn grid lines on. There we go. If you like to line up things, diagonals as well. I'm going to turn those off because they annoy me. What else have we got? SD card capacity. Oh, it was an actual 128 gig card I put in there. We can format that. We've got voice control to turn the camera on and off, and I think also to say things like start record, all that sort of stuff. What else have we got? Video compression. You've got lots of options there. Efficiency videos have smaller size and higher efficiency. Compatibility videos, the H.264, have a higher compatibility, and you can choose between the two. I'd go for the higher compatibility option. Let's go back. Anti-flicker auto, so we've got 50 Hz and 60 Hz depending on where you are in the world. Street lights, etc., car lights can start flickering if you're not set correctly, but let's put that back onto auto. Wi-Fi settings, we'll probably have to sort that out a bit later. Let's just get back to the camera itself. So over here we have our options: 1080p, 2.7K, 2.7K at 4:3, 4K and 4K 4:3. So 4:3 is basically what that means. And then video frame rate. So at 1080 we can go all the way up to 240 frames per second. 2.7K we can go up to 120 frames per second, and at 4K we can go up to 120 frames per second. I'm surprised that the 2.7K won't allow you to go any higher than 120 frames per second. On the GoPro Hero 10 we have 2.7K at 240 frames per second. But 1080p at 240 frames per second is still very high quality. If you're uploading to YouTube and doing some slow-mo shots, I think that'd be plenty good quality. YouTube actually compresses its videos anyway, so you won't get the full, I don't think the full 4K. Apparently this camera on a firmware update soon will have 10-bit color. The GoPro Hero 10 has 10-bit color. The GoPro Hero 11 has 10-bit color. The GoPro Hero 10, which I have, has 8-bit color, which is what this camera has presently. So I think there's going to be an update now. Bits of color. 8-bit color I think is around 16 million different shades of colour that the camera can pick up, and 10 bits I think is something ridiculous like a billion. So the human eye can actually only see a fraction of that, so I'm not sure how much 10-bit colour would benefit the average user. If you're doing a lot of film productions and things like that, then yes, by all means get a camera with 10-bit colour, because then you can colour grade better and your results would be, I'm sure, amazing. Right, so that's that. So we'll keep it in 1080p. Actually, no, I'm going to put it in 4K and 60 frames per second. That's what I usually shoot in on the GoPro. That gives me the option to slow down the footage by half if I needed to, but most of the time I'll just keep it in that, because then I've got the flexibility. So over here on the right hand side we've got live stream. Ooh, there we go. We don't really want to get into live stream, but you can do it. Let's just have a quick look. Facebook, YouTube and RTMP, what the hell that is, I have no idea. I don't live stream. We've got photo mode. In here we can then tell it that the frame is 4:3 or 16:9. That's there. Okay, so that's the photo mode. We've got video mode, which we were just in, and as we saw I had that on 4K 60 frames per second. Slow motion, that's going to take that all automatically to 1080p at 8 times, which is 240 frames per second. Then when you play that back at 30 frames a second, it will be 8 times slower. 2.7 is only 4 times, and 4K 4 times. So instead of going into video and choosing that resolution yourself here with 240 frames per second, you can just go into slow motion and basically you have a quick setting up to 8 times. There we go, 8 times. Yeah. Time lapse. This is a very good feature on the DJI Pocket 2 that I use a lot. And in there then you can tell the camera that you want to take a picture, say every half a second for whatever period of time, hours long. Like if you're shooting cloud scenes, I have a cloud scene on my channel, go check it out. The time lapse. We also have hyperlapse, which is the same sort of thing, but you move with the camera while it's recording rather than just set it down and let it do it. So let's have a look. So back to video. So I think we're finished with the app itself. I've got a quick look at this. So let's have a look at the camera itself. So let's just look around the camera. So at the top of the camera we have the shutter button to start and stop recording or to take a photograph. That's there. We have on this side here the DJI logo. We also have the battery door with the memory card in there. We have on the other side another door which has the USB-C to USB-C charging, and also you can then transfer your footage from the camera to your computer. We have the power button here. Now that you just hold in and do the power button, but if you push it once, which I will do now and show you, it goes from one mode to the other. Video, photo, and you can actually add more as well. Oh, let me see if I can do that. And we've got voice prompts here, screen switch. So we have the touch screen on the front as well. Let's push that again. Sorry, there we go. We've got default is photo, and we can click on to a slow motion. Time lapse, we can have that. So now when I come out of there and now I push the quick selection button, photo, video, slow-mo and time lapse, they're all in there now, which is great. Okay, so as you can probably see up here we have the settings. If we were going into the time-lapse mode, let's put that back into just normal video. There we go. And there we have our micro SD capacity. We've still got 102 gigabytes there. We have our play button, no files on the SD card. We have this button here, which again lets you select which mode to go into. We have a zoom, tap and hold to adjust digital zoom. Okay, so there we go, we can tap and hold that, and then you can zoom in out. That's quite funky. Okay, we have our battery indicator at the top right, 17%, and here we've got some settings. So field of view is standard at the moment. Confirm that. We can change that to wide and standard. Okay, now if I just go confirm, what is this here? Down here we've got priority in low light. Enabling EIS priority in low light will remove motion blur. Image sharpness may be affected when ambient light is too low. Okay, we'll cancel that for now. Then we've got Pro. If you click onto Pro, then you can start messing around with some of the manual settings. So for instance, your exposure, you can put it onto manual, and then you've got control over your ISO and also your shutter speed. The aperture is obviously set because it's a fixed aperture lens, but we'll put that in auto for now. Confirm. Over here, white balance, auto white balance. At the moment it's coming up with 3600-ish. You can go to manual and you can change that to whatever you want to. I am going to put that onto 5.6 or 5600, which is standard daylight. And that will change the color temperature of your footage. Most of the time, just keep it in manual, automatic. It's got a sensor just there where the O is, and that is for measuring the white balance of your current lighting, whereabouts you are. Okay, color normal. You've got the Cine-like, which really flattens all the color profile. We've got normal, Cine-like and normal. Okay. And the field of view, as we saw there, yeah, we've done that one, didn't we? The microphone channel stereo, mono. Noise reduction's on, noise reduction off. Audio direction, front. You can use the front microphones, which are here. That's it, or off. So there is a microphone underneath this plate as well, which protects from wind noise. Okay, so we're in 1080p, so I'm going to take this down now to the frame rate of say 60 at 4K. There we go. And now when we go into these settings, let's see if there's anything then we can, let's turn that off, field of view, wide, and now we've got ultra wide. Because we were in that slow motion setting, it wasn't coming up with the ultra wide, but now we have the wide, standard, D-warp. I prefer the standard D-warp. I don't like this fisheye. So we go back to there. Okay, if we swipe up, we can change our resolution. We swipe down, you can come into some of the settings, the quick set settings. You can turn on the voice prompt. Turn that off. Screen switch. Switching screen will enable single screen preview. Screen off when locked. I'll cancel that for now. Photo, video, slow motion. These are our quick set settings. That's fine. We swipe down again. We've got our brightness. We can turn that down if it's too bright. I'll leave it on 100 for now. We have create and manage custom modes. So we've got our quick set modes. Now we can actually save our own ones, and in here, there we go, we can click on this, save to C1. We've got video 4K 60 frames a second, 16:9, rock steady on, auto white balance, confirm. So whatever settings you've got at the moment, it will save them to C1. I'm going to cancel that. We'll go back down, and I'm just trying to find out where that rock steady setting is. Rock steady there. So rock steady horizon balancing. So we've got rock steady horizon balancing in our current 4K 60 frames a second. If we take that down to 2K 60 16:9, then we've got rock steady horizon balance, and now we have the horizon steady. So that horizon steady isn't available at 4K 60 frames a second. Let's see if it's available at 30 frames a second. No. So that horizon balancing looks like it's only available in 2.7K and below. So if we were doing 2.7K at 60 frames a second, then the horizon steady will be selectable. So horizon steady, as it says, plus or minus 45 degrees. Horizon steady is where it just keeps the whole thing level, no matter if you turn the camera upside down or not. So that's pretty good. So 2.7K, 60 frames a second. That's a pretty good setting, I think, to keep. Loop duration off. Okay, so let's come back down out of that now, and we go back to our quick settings. And there we go. We can now save that. Video 2.7K, 16:9 ratio, 60 frames a second, horizon steady on, auto white balance. Save to confirm. There we go. And now we have that one. So now when we go to our quick menu and we just push that once, there we go. We've got photo, video, slow-mo, time-lapse, back to this one which we already had here. So if I was going underwater and was on a different setting, I could quickly, especially if it had a dive housing in, just push that quick set button and it would go to C1, which is this setting here, 2.7K, 60 frames a second with horizon steady on. So what else have we got in this menu? This little thing, snapshot, video, or hyperlapse. Okay, not sure what that is. I haven't read the instructions. Sorry. Preview off, screen off when locked. No. Voice control. Do we want it on? Do we want it in English? Of course we do. I'm not Japanese. And then voice commands. Start recording. Stop recording. Take photo. Shut down. So we've set that to go. Start recording. There we go. Start recording. It's done. Stop recording. There we go. How easy is that? That's amazing. So say you had this mounted on a helmet or something like that, you could use voice commands to start and stop recording. Let's see what the other commands were. We had English, and the voice commands are, oh yes, shut down. Oh, I didn't mean it to do that. It's too clever. Let's turn that back on. Wow, that might actually become annoying and turn off when you don't really want it to. Okay, that's turned back on. What else have we got down here? Auto rotate. So I'm going to put orientation lock on, which means it won't go into portrait mode when I rotate it 90 degrees, because if I've got that horizon steady on, then it won't work. The horizon steady won't work because the camera thinks you've then gone into portrait mode. And there we go. Voice commands are on. Enable or disable voice control. So we could turn that off easily in this menu system without only going to the other one, but that's quite good. And then what have we got here? Enable or disable full front screen display. So at the moment, as you can see, it's a whole square's worth of screen. If I click on that, full front screen, now it's what we should be seeing on the back, the same as the front. And over here then we can click. Oh, there we go. Swipe to unlock screen. And in here then we can choose our video rates and all the other settings that we could do on the back screen. That's very clever. The GoPro Hero 10 and 11 do not have a front-facing touchscreen. So let's have a look. What have we got here? We can click onto there. Loop duration, exactly the same. Horizon steady, horizon balancing, rock steady or off. As you can see, as I scroll through them, the more image stabilization we do, the tighter it crops, but that's fine. I can live with that for very balanced video. And then we get the frame rates as well. So looks like we've got all of these other. Yes, we do. We have all of the functions. We have all of the functions that we had on the back screen. We can turn off everything. That's really good, really good. I like that. Okay, and the settings as well. We can go into pro mode if we want to. So really, that is it. A very good camera. Let's just have a look at that. Only 9% battery remaining because we're messing around with the thing. As I said, we've got the magnetic lock here, clips into place, and how easy is that? That's really good. There we go, literally like that. And now that's locked in. Really good. Okay, so what do we think about this Action 3? So, as I said, I'll be going to Aruba in 3 days, and I will be scuba diving and snorkelling quite a lot. This on its own, without a waterproof housing, is going to be waterproof up to 16 meters. The GoPro Hero 10 is only rated 10 meters deep without the waterproof housing. Now I do have the GoPro waterproof housing, which I'll be unboxing and reviewing, along with the GoPro floaty. I think that's what it's called. The handler. It's called the handler. It's the floating handle. Now I will be using the floating handle with the Action 3 as well. And also, as I said before, I will be using the GoPro Volta with the Action 3, and I can charge that when I put on the magnetic clip. I can charge that. There we go. Magnetic clip, GoPro Volta. He goes in there, and away we go. And I can plug this cable into the Action 3. Amazing. So, please subscribe to the channel for a lot of the content over the next 2-3 weeks. I'll be posting with my time in Aruba using both the Action 3 and the Hero 10 and the Osmo Pocket 2 gimbal camera and the DJI Mini 2 drone. I'll be taking all of those on holiday with me, and I'm sure we'll be getting some great footage. I'll be testing this out while I'm there also. I'll be testing out the underwater capabilities, the quality of the videos, different frame rates, 4K, and I'll probably do some slow motion as well in 1080p. Really looking forward to using this thing. As I said, it's a lot cheaper than the GoPro Hero 11, which I think is, you know, nearly £500 in the UK. I've got the 10. I don't see any point in upgrading to the 11. This little thing cost me £309 with the standard combo: battery, clip, magnetic clip, the cage, a flat mount, thumb screw, and 2 rubbery things, which I'm sure are for this lens here, so we can unscrew this lens if it ever gets damaged and put on a new one. So please subscribe to the channel. For £300, I think what you get is quite amazing, and some of the features on there with the fully horizon leveling, even though you go a whole 360 degrees, it's just mad. So I'll be using that quite a lot while I'm on holiday. As I said, please like the video, leave any comments, please feel free to subscribe, help the channel grow. Thank you very much, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.